the 12 Star Fairies.
Overview of Deoksugung Palace. Deoksugung Palace is more familiar to us in the name of Deoksugung Stone Wall. Walking through the stone wall, and the memories and love of the lovers are ingrained. You can find the kings who used to walk here in the same appearance as we have now. Today, Deoksugung Palace occupies the area that is not so as wide as that of the palace, but it was originally 3 times as wide as the area of the present. Likewise, the stone wall is now located away from the Deoksugung Palace, but it must have been actually located on the outskirts of the Deoksugung Palace in the past. The original name of Deoksugung is Gyeongungung. As Prince Do-won-gun, the eldest child of King Sejo, died at the age of 18, Queen Princess Su-bin-han left the palace. Thus King Sejo, with a pity, provided it for the private residence of Su-bin-han. As Han's second son, became King Seongjong, by succeeding to the throne, Han became a Queen Dowager Insu and left the Deoksugung. Then he was inherited to Prince Wol-san-dae-gun, who was the eldest son. Later, Deoksugung, where the descendants of the Wol-san-dae-gun had lived, became a palace for the king when King Seonjo came back to the Hanyang and used it as a royal residence after ending the war, Imjin-Weran, Japanese invasion. King Seonjo had lived in the Deoksugung Palace for 16 years and passed away here, and his son, Gwang Hae-gun, ascended the throne at Deoksugung Palace. In the 3rd year of King Gwang Hae-gun, he moved the palace to the restored Changdeokgung Palace and Deoksugung Palace, which had been a royal residence for a long time, received the name Gyeongwon-gung Palace from King Gwang Hae-gun. After the Gwang Hae-mun moved to the Changdeokgung Palace, Deoksugung Palace was almost empty. Sometimes it only functioned as a space where the king came to enjoy contemplation. However, the time came when Deoksugung Palace would see the light of day. It was the time of Emperor Gojong that was the most confusing period in our history. In order to avoid the influence of Japan, Gojong moved his dwelling place to Deoksugung Palace, where U.S., Russian, and French consulates were concentrated, and greatly enlarged it. Even after the central building of the palace was destroyed by fire, Emperor Gojong did not move his residence up from Deoksugung Palace. In 97, Emperor Gojong passed the throne to his son Seonjong under the pressure of Japan. Then King Seonjong designated the name of the palace of Gojong as Deoksu, which means to live long with enjoying virtue, and then moved to the Changdeokgung Palace. From this time on, the Gyeongwon-gung Palace is called Deoksugung Palace. Shining during the most confusing era with extremely short period of attention time, the Deoksugung Palace shows many differences in form and scale from those of other palaces. The layout is distracting and there are not many remaining buildings, although it is pitiful small and narrow space to be called as a palace. The Deoksugung Palace contains the volition and aspirations of our ancestors. Gates of Deoksugung Palace. The Daehanmun Gate, now called the main gate of the Deoksugung Palace, was not the main gate, but the Dongmun Gate, East Gate. Originally, the main entrance gate was Inhwamun Gate in the south, but as the roads were constructed, in various directions in front of Daehanmun Gate, becoming a new downtown area. The main gate was changed. The original name, Daehanmun Gate, it is very comfortable, was changed into Daehanmun Gate with the renovation in 96. Daehanmun means Hanyang becomes great and contains the hope of the ancestors who try to live in any way in the persecution of the world powers. The phrase written in the Sangnyeongmun, message for the rich, beam-raising ceremony of Daehanmun Gate touches my heart. Since the golden opportunity the Yellow River is cleared has come, the state fate will be prosperous. As Hanyang is settled on the land lasting for countless years, it is worthy of hanging as the name of the gate. As the city developed, Daehanmun Gate came to experience many humiliations. As the roads in front of the gate were enlarged and the city grew, the gate had to retreat it to the inside of the palace, being damaged gradually on all such occasions. The stairs on both sides of Kidan, the stairway, were buried under the ground in 1968. 소맷돌, symbolic stone, carved with auspicious patterns or animals, and carved 서수, statue of the imaginable auspicious animal, could not be accompanied with the Daehanmun Gate when it was moved to be built at present place, so they are put on the site far from the gate by themselves. The hamabi, a stone tablet indicating that one should dismount from the horse, which should be outside of the palace, is also located inside the gate, and the Kumcheon, forbidden stream, that passes through the palace is attached to the right back of the door. The Kumcheongyo Bridge, which has to be decorated in glamour, is also plainly constructed without any adornments.